All right, I'm going to just check out some auctions real quick, and then we're going to head keep on the Borderlands and run the quests on normal. I'm going to just open up the auction house and put level 1 to 3. I checked weapons, didn't really find anything before, but now I'm going to, although this is interesting, great club. Oh, just a regular club. But now I'm going to take a look at light armor because I haven't really looked at that yet and see what's there. We don't have a lot of money. We have 3,900 plat. But that's actually not too bad. We might get a good. So here's a sonic absorb, not super helpful at this level. Repair amp, not helpful at all. So we don't want that. A lot of sonic absorb and insightful negative healing amp. That's not helpful. That's for undead playing characters. And now we're getting into uh, what I can't really afford. Here's con +2, poison resistance 3. That would spend all my money. Not totally out of the question, but let's see what else might be an option. We could take a look at clothing, sort of by price, because there's not going to be much. Tumbling, sheltering 3, nothing really jumps out at me. I'd like to have charisma and strength items if I can. Let's check jewelry. All right, these are probably crafting rings with blanks. As you can see, they just have colorless slots. So somebody's putting them on here as crafting blanks. Let's see, wisdom, not bad. Helps our spot. I'd rather actually have just plain old spot there. And this we can't afford. So we're quickly running, we pretty quickly running into where we can't afford much. Veterans have a lot of money, so things get pretty expensive if they're good. Let's just take a quick look again and see if any quarterstaffs have popped up. It's unlikely, but yeah, same ones as before, just caster quarterstaffs. Let's check martial weapons. Check a greatsword. Nothing at all. So there was one there before, it's gone. And great axe, nothing at all. So let's check great club. Nothing. So really the only item we could get is the light armor. I mean, that would give us like 3 more hit points. I'd say let's just hold the money and we might have to throw items in the bank and not sell them till next level or something. But let's just hold the money for now and see what we can do. We have 16 or 17 spots available. Also, once we get to 10,000, which I think our limit's 5,000 right now, so there's nothing we could do. But once we get to 10,000, we could start buying medium bags, and right now we have small, tiny, and small. So that'll be a big upgrade. Let me just show you how to. We haven't actually used the horse yet. We earned it in the last video, but let me just equip it to my hotbar. It's just like any other item, and I'm going to temporarily put on my Featherfall, just because the horse inherits everything that the player has. To mount up, you just click on the horse, and since I have Featherfall, you could basically just like jump down here and Featherfall over here, and we'll just head over to the Gatekeeper's Grove, and you can see how much faster it is to move. It's just a lot. It's just a great quality of life improvement. You're gonna save so much time by riding on a horse. It's well worth the couple of hours to get the horse. And it's not only good in public areas, it's also good in wilderness areas as well. So let's just go to keep on the Borderlands. I purchased a few new hirelings before I logged on. The auction house was kind of a bust, but as we get higher in levels, we'll eventually find some things we could use. Now I'm going to just go to the Borderlands. I guess I'll go ahead and throw the hireling out. Um, that kind of broke us off our horse, but we'll go ahead and head back on the horse. And now the way this works is that if somebody attacks us, they could, very well, kick us off our horse and we'll have to fight them. But we could probably go up this way, although, this is probably a pretty direct way, taking this path, and it goes right there. So let's just do that and just circle through the whole path. I think the plan is we're going to run all these quests on normal. We're going to run all the Korthos quests and these quests again on hard. And we're not going to take level 4 until we've actually uh, maxed out. So right now we're at rank 13. Uh, and so when we get to about rank 20, then we'll take level 4. And so when we do that, we'll be at, all 4 ranks. We'll be able to use all 4 of our action points immediately at that point. So normally, I think we just took 2 and 3 just as quick as we could. It's going forward. It's going to be a little bit different. We're going to take. We're going to hold the level, and that's because we're getting minuses on XP. I don't think that matters too much. I think we're going to get so much XP that we're just not going to have enough, room to use it all. So a lot of it's going to go to waste, and that's so that we get enough favor to, favor and max out our RXP at each level. But since we're going to be level 4 and running hard quests on level 1 on hard, we're going to be getting minus 10% on those quests. So, but that's fine because we're already well over the level. All right, so these don't have to be done in any order. We're just going to run these as we get to them here. And as you can see, we're just like everything else, we're locked out on must run normal. I think this is considered one of the harder ones. The hobgoblins hit a little bit harder. I think on normal, I don't think we're going to find it very difficult. I'm going to put this cloak back on and get my cold absorb. The one thing I've noticed about these quests is that the enemies hit harder, and especially with casting damage. So I'm going to set up my hotbar. I'll just put one here, and I'm going to put my actual weapon ones there, because I want to switch between the quarterstaff and great axe and see which one does better. Of course, this is with the quarterstaff bonuses we currently have. All right, so let's go this way. I know these quests, but I don't know them as well as, they're newer quests, so I don't know them as well as quests I've run lots of times. So it's locked. So let's go back and find the key. Here's another locked door. Yeah, this is sometimes where we'll probably want to get a ranged weapon at some point. There's a key. Sometimes enemies get in weird places and you need a ranged weapon. We have a bow, but we don't have any arrows, so we might want to get a quiver and arrows, just so that if we need a ranged weapon, we have one. We're not very good at it, but um, sometimes it's the only way. I mean, there have been cases where it's the only way you could actually get enemies is with a ranged weapon. And there's a quest, level 3 quests. Is it a level 3 quest? I think it's a level 3 quest where we'll actually encounter that, where you cannot complete the quest without a ranged weapon. All right, this looks like an important door here. So you can see we're not really, these guys have more hit points than Korthos. It's considered to be a little bit tougher in Korthos, but it's still no challenge on normal. It's this is like a learning mode, and I think it's fine to kind of experience this. When you hit the traps and some of the uh-oh moments, it won't kill you. It'll instead just uh, you know alert you. Another key. That looks like a shrine. So, but I see a lever in there. So let's go ahead and pull this lever. This probably opens the gate we saw with this symbol above it. Yeah, it's quite possible we'll hit some rooms here we don't really need to run. I think that's fine, um, especially on normal. But it looks like a room we could probably skip normally. All right, here's the door that was opened by the other lever. It gives us yet another lever. Looks like this opened up. Yeah, medium armor. I'm kind of on the lookout for better armor. I think in Quarthos you're getting special loot tables. Here you're getting just like normal kind of loot tables. Uh, I think the items are a little better than Quarthos in the chests. At least that's my observation. All right, so let's go this way. I believe we have a key. Yep. All right. This is a puzzle that has been kind of common in recent years. It didn't used to be there much, but or at all, but now it's very common. And it's basically like a game of concentration. These runes will light, and when they light, you have to remember the order. Um, one of the great players in this game, Ginger Spice, said the way he remembers these is by telephone numbers. Some of you are probably too young to understand what that means, but back when we had those things, people memorize the order of the numbers. Now, I don't. I'm just gonna click on this, and you can see. All right. All right, it's opened. Sometimes sometimes it's like a little laggy or something, and I can't see. I didn't see where all the numbers went, so it's no big deal when you fail. It's not a quest failure thing. It's just you have to start over with um, the three again. All right. Well, this looks like a way I didn't need to go. So a lot of times when you look at the map, you could see the path forward is the way to go, and all these side passages are just optional ways. I normally skip them. I don't know these quests as well as I know some of the other quests, so I don't always remember which way is the right way and which way is the optional way. Yeah. Okay, that looks ominous, but we have trapping skills, so let's see what this way is. That might be an optional way. I believe that is an optional way. There we go. Faded leather. Okay, well this is probably better than what we have. This is just more of the same caster armor. So, and we got an ethereal ingot. So I'm gonna probably put that on. Let's see. This has fortification 38%, which helps against critical hits. At this level, that's probably plenty. And this gives me corrosion, which does me nothing, and equipped healing amp 1, which does near nothing. So yes, I'm gonna take this off, put on this new armor. Just gonna take my cloak off here so you can see what it looks like. And I think, again, this is where it's sort of handy to have rogue skills. Now, I may not be able to pick it. Let's see if I fail this. Nope, succeeded. You know, again, no item and not a great dexterity, but lock picking in general is easier than disabling traps. So, you know, that's this is lock. Let's try it again. And anyways, you get a roll. So if you fail on a number, you might succeed. Just try it a couple times and succeed. Uh, Spot one, we have a spot three hat, so we're probably just going to sell that or trade it. Although I'm a little concerned we're going to run into a situation where we don't have any money. So we could just finish out now. We're done with this quest. Or we're going to run into a problem where we have our money limit at 5,000. Um, if you create some secondary accounts, that's one way you could use those secondary accounts is by trading money to the secondary accounts. It's a very common thing to have bank characters, especially for free-to-play players, because of the limitations. I'm going to put together a video on that subject, but probably not for a few weeks. It's kind of more of an advanced topic, and I think when people are new to the game, it's all they can do to just handle the one account and one character they have. So, let alone trying to play with multiple accounts and etc. All right, watch your step. Again, we have to run this on normal. It's going to be much like the last quest. One of these quests has a pit that falls out, and I think it's this one. Yeah, this is the one. So let's search here. If you don't disable this trap, there's going to be, there we go, we got it. This is going to fall through, and you can see it fall through, but the thing is closed. And you're going to fall into a giant pit, and it's a little bit of a major pain. So, um, and by the way, I'm used to playing a lot of casting tunes. That's why I'm doing things like just swinging my quarterstaff all the time. I've played a lot of melee, over the years, but I'm just haven't played as much melee recently as I've kind of fallen in love with the casting playstyle. But I really enjoy the cast or the melee, and at the moment, I think melee is probably the strongest builds in the game, especially in heroic levels. I mean, you can make a good caster, but as far as first life builds go, I don't think that there's a stronger way to go than two-handed fighting melee with what's available for free to play. All right, Cloak of Attraction, Haggle +3, Bluff +3. So at a minimum, we could use this to sell our items. Arcane Ingot, which, we have way more of those than we know what to do with, but they go in our ingredient bag, so no big deal. That's kind of interesting. So let's explore the cave. I don't know if that's the end boss we just defeated. I don't think so, but a little surprised to see those items in there. All right, now I'm not seeing a spot type of thing. I would almost expect to see that here in a trap. A lot of times when you see just a chest in the middle of nowhere, especially when it's in the middle of the room with nothing around it, usually a pretty good sign there's a trap. All right, so let's go the way we haven't gone yet. Hmm, let's see. We have to defeat the kobold, so do we want to make a deal? We'll say this. Hmm, let's see what this is. Well, interesting. The quest is completed. I think that other chest was the end chest, so we sort of, well, I'd say did it out of order, except it looks like they've planned for that inevitability that you kill the chief and then come talk to this guy, and they're happy about it. All right, so this is another caster staff, except this one is very nice. It's corrosion and devotion don't go together super well unless somebody's playing an earth-based cleric, and then sonic lore on top of it doesn't go very well. But you can see it's like kind of a unique item. It has that special border around it. Uh, it's because it has this special thaumaturgic prefix, which has three things, which is worth a little bit more. So let's loot this, and we're done. We'll just recall out and run the next one. Yeah, there's no real order, at least that I can think of, that we need to follow. So we'll just run these as we get to them. There's one quest that's a level 2 that's a little harder, but when you're running stuff on normal, really none of it's hard. So um, the one door turned blue, but the one we just completed did not turn blue. So we'll have to remember that we've actually run that one already. If we try to run it again, it will tell us that we can't get in there. So let's run this one. Orc Caves. We'll just clear these passages. So that was an interesting mechanic. You use your various skills to complete that, as opposed to just breaking it or. All right, spot hidden. Let's try to find where that spot was. Let's just, you can see it's still up here. So let's search. All right, oh, there we go. So we've completed the Frost Rager Chieftain. We have one more to defeat. Hmm. Feels like we were just here. So let's go through the secret door again. All right, so we're going to need to pull. Let's go back because I think there was something we missed in this room to pull a lever. Okay, there it is. So let's pull this lever. I think we have to pull one on each side. If you can't find it, just hit Q and it'll light it just like it did there. All right, so another search. And again, if for some reason it fails, and it might on Elite when we get there, then you just use your Human Versatility skill boost. All right, so we are done, and there's another lever. Now we should be able to go back where that chest room was, and this should be our chest. And these piles here are not targetable, but sometimes they contain, platinum and items and such. Defensive wrist, so sheltering +3. That's not bad. I sort of like my 4 damage reduction. That might be better at this level. Armor piercing dagger of vertigo. Um, hmm. Well, let's keep these. I don't know that we'll use either of these, and of course more arcane ingots. We've got lots of arcane ingots. If we ever become a caster, we are going to be set for level 1. All right, Bugbear Caves. I can't remember. There's one or two of these that were a little harder. I don't think this is one of them. All right, very common mechanic. Locked door. You have to find the key, just like the last quest. And then again, a door that requires 2 levers or something to open. All right, by process of elimination, we know what that key must be too. Since we can't go left, The only way we can go is straight and with a key. Sure enough, it opens up. Another locked door that way and an unlocked door this way, so assume it's probably a different key. Another key, and we have a lever that probably is one of the two levers for that door. Now that looks like an optional. I'm going to just skip it for now and go to the gate that looks like the main objective. Nothing wrong with exploring optionals. It's kind of a fun thing to do, but given that we're going to have so much experience, I'm just going to kind of focus on the main quest. Generally, optionals in this game don't give you much experience and much loot. You're almost better off running a quest, 2 times as opposed to I don't know what that door is, but I'm guessing we have to go there to get the key. That's my favorite objective, finding a loot. All right, Ring of Spellcasting. We're getting lots of spellcaster items, but we don't need that. Silver Ingot, we might at some point use. All right, so that's open. So normally when you see a locked chest like this, it doesn't have named loot in it. It's just another random chest loot. But being that we have rogue skills, we might as well use it. And if we fail, we could just use our skill boost. I haven't put them on yet because we haven't really faced difficult content. But once we get to level 4, I'm going to stock up on what are called heroism potions. Those potions give me +2 to all of my skills. So that's yet another way to sort of compensate for some low skills in a rogue multi-class such as myself. I should have a good search and disable, but my other rogue skills are probably a little bit like open lock are going to be a little bit weak and maybe even spot. But by getting some of the favor rewards and getting heroism potions and in the human tree, I could actually have greater heroism as a tree ability. Um, that should pretty much get me where I need to be with skills. So, so we've seen this before. We need basically crests. Here's another puzzle. If you hate puzzles, just look it up on ddo.wiki.com. I don't know this puzzle off the top of my head, but a lot of times you could just kind of figure it out because things could only go one way, and this could only go this way, and so then you can kind of tell these just sort of curl together there. That's one crest. Yeah, these bats are pretty annoying on a range build, but on a two-handed fighting build, they go down pretty easily. Looks like this last crest is blocked by a trap, and one of the things that's nice about being a trapper. Now this is interesting. The trap is in the middle, so we could take some damage, but what you can do here is time it. So when this fire goes up, just jump at the end of it, and you can time it. Now, hopefully the hireling doesn't get burned to death. Sometimes you have to kind of park your hirelings in place, or they just stand in traps, unfortunately. I think there's, at least on Elite, there's a lot more enemies, so that's one of the ways they sometimes make Elite harder is by having larger mobs, groups of mobs. All right, I think that's it. Jump 3, tumble 3, not too interesting. We'll probably just sell it. Fortitude, natural armor bonus. I kind of like the cloak we have now better with cold absorption 10% and wisdom 1. So we'll probably just sell all this. Nothing too exciting there. This quest is a level 2 quest, but it's a little more difficult than the others, but nothing that's going to be a problem for us. Uh, you don't have to go east here. I think the way I normally go is I sort of go south and then west, and then I go south and then north. So the east is all optional, and I know that there is I don't know what that is, but I know there's some optionals here that there's a server called the Hardcore server, and I know there's some mummy that killed a bunch of people on the Hardcore server, so apparently it's a pretty tough optional, as I understand it. Oh, it looks like I went the wrong way. Well, I guess we have to go this way. Oh, there we go. It's not. I thought it was an NPC. It's just another enemy. And I think there's a chance that we can have. There's an item we're trying to find. There's a chance that it could be here, the missing codex page. Normally it's north, but it can be here. There it is. We want that. Um, Sprawl the nuke. This is an optional. Well, let's just see what it is on normal. I've never done this before. I'd probably the gem is made of money. Come here, big guy. Leave the irresistible gem alone. That sounds like that sounds like an ambush of some type. And this quest I know killed a lot of people on the hardcore server. I don't know what that is. It's probably not going to kill us, but we found what we're looking for, which is the codex page. So now what we have to do is kill enough of the cultists and then confront the leader. And the leader is always further north here. So we're just going to head north and finish these last objectives and finish off the quest. Yep, north. All right, so we need to go west and then north again. I think we might need to get go here to get enough enemies. This is also a place where the codex could be. I've never seen it where it was. I think I went there by accident and just got lucky and found it. But normally it's here or then kind of further south or even further north. All right, there's a hidden spot here. So this is our way around that barrier. Another spot hidden. Another door. Hopefully there's at least one cultist in this area to the left. I don't recall, but I know this is the way we want to go. All right. Looks like the leader counted as a cultist, so that's good to know. Spot hidden. Let's see what that is. There you go. Just had to be in the right spot. All right, so we got a bulwark helm. We already have I think, a false life item greater than 4. So this doesn't look all that interesting. We've got another ethereal ingot. We have a lot of those. We'll just loot this, probably sell it all. Here's some piles of gold, although we're kind of getting close to the point where we're gonna hit our free to play maximum. So I'm gonna recall. We're done with this. So it looks like we're still missing 2 level 1 quests from here. Cage Beasts and Violent Delights. I'm guessing Violent Delights is just right ahead here. Or Cage Beast, one of them. All right, Violent Delights. So in this quest, we have to just kind of go around, talk to people until we find the Outlanders we're looking for. And this one has a title that looks important, an important Outlander. All right, so we want to gather evidence against Chief Blue Blood Gleam, convince the Outlanders to turn against the cultists. So we probably just need to gather more evidence to do that. So let's head back. It makes you smell like dinner. Hmm. This looks like a clue. These shiny things usually mean clue. We need to find Boomfoot. Yeah, I think this quest might have been a little easier if I would have used my human skill boost in the beginning. I'll have to remember that when we run on hard and elite. Somehow we need to make this active to end the quest or advance the quest. So let's go back to Boomfoot here. No items we could really use, but uh, heavy adamantine shield we might be able to sell. All right, this is the last level 1 quest. Nothing special here, so we'll probably sell these. All right, we've run all the level 1 quests on at least normal, so now we're going to go back to Korthos, finish off the last quest on hard that we need, and then come back here and finish the last quest on hard, or recall from the wilderness.